In demand, in sex trafficking. Imagine the sex trade is a big business. The suppliers and sellers in this market include pimps, brothel owners, escort agencies, and traffickers. The consumers in this market are the sex buyers who keep this multi-billion-dollar enterprise churning. So who are these sex buyers? 99% of sex buyers are men. They are across all income brackets, though high-frequency buyers in the U.S. are more likely to earn a salary of $100K annually. And who are these men purchasing? The product in this particular market are people in prostitution sold for sexual acts. They are vulnerable women, girls, immigrant women, LGBTQ+, disproportionately of color. When it comes to the sex trade, this group of men represent the demand. This group of people represent the supply. So let's say one sex buyer buys 15 prostituted individuals. Then 5 sex buyers would buy upwards of 75 prostituted individuals. Out of the 75 people bought, many are trafficked, and a percentage of this trafficked group are likely children or youth. Now imagine if buying sex was legal or decriminalized. This normalizes sex buying. Men who would otherwise be deterred from buying sex on ethical or legal grounds are encouraged through laws and advertising to buy sex. Brothels multiply and websites are created to make big profits from the sale of sex. As a result, the market grows. 5 sex buyers turn into 10 sex buyers, and then 20. And then when demand increases, there aren't enough products to meet this demand. So what happens now? With all these new potential buyers on the scene, pimps and traffickers see the opportunity to make more money. These exploiters, pimps, and sex traffickers lure the most vulnerable among us, often young women of color living in poverty, to meet this demand. This means there is an increase in sex trafficking when sex buying is legalized or decriminalized. The truth is, trafficking victims often have to pretend to be consenting and over 18 or risk being beaten or killed. And even if the buyer did know that someone was not consenting and therefore being raped, it is nearly impossible to prove this in court. So if prostitution is fully decriminalized, buyers will be able to buy trafficking victims with no consequences whatsoever. Ask yourself, can you tell who was trafficked? So what is the solution? If we discourage demand by holding sex buyers accountable for using their money to buy sexual access to vulnerable people, there will be less willing buyers in the market. The market gets smaller, and trafficking will also decrease because there will be no market for them. In demand, in sex trafficking.